Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Welcome everybody guys, let's take a look again on the Forex market. So yesterday you probably saw the great volatility on the market, especially on the gold, just because the the tariff spiking between the United States and China, has made an announcement that also intends to launch the tariffs on the 60 billions of the goods from the United States since the 1st of June, and that has shaken the market actually, especially on the gold. So we see a really big rally on the gold market yesterday has happened. On the euro currency, it also has made an impact, and market even continue to move slightly higher, showing this spike up and then turn down, forming the shooting star pattern at the top. But the action here on the euro was not as significant as in the gold, because on the gold market, as you can see, that was really outstanding action. We'll talk about it in our second video today on the gold. But on the euro, yes, market slightly continue to move higher, forming this spike up, kind of the Washington rings here, turning back down. The market right now stands below the same confidence resistance. Currently, guys, it's also interesting moment exists. And take a look, our grabber that has been formed here, it's still valid. And if you remember, within a couple of weeks, probably we talked about the grabber on the dollar index that stands in the opposite direction. And the tricky moment stands that this grabber on the dollar index has been completed. This market has formed the lower lows compared to this one, and minimum target of this grabber has been completed. So this grabber is done. So it's a really interesting situation when the opposite patterns both valid and one of them is already completed. While on the euro currency, this grabber is still valid and suggests taking out of these lows. Overall price action stands not really very strong. And personally, guys, I think I'm gravitating more to some bearish view on the euro, just because I still have the doubts. So what I said in the weekly report, I still have this. I do not see a real advantage for euro in a tariff spiking between the United States and China. And I don't suppose that the involving in starting of the tariffs somehow will impact on the some Fed policy, at least in the nearest term. I think that there's not stupid people sit in Ministry of the Finance in the United States, and they understand how the tariffs could impact and what really dominating tools, measures they have upon the China. So they probably understand, they understand what reaction will follow. My suppose is that China stands in a weaker situation in relation to the United States. They more depend on United States demand on the Chinese goods rather than United States from the China. And it's taking a look in consideration the dominating role of the United States dollar in the global trading. So China has really few chances, and I think that they just force China to do what they want. That's my just opinion on the current situation. Besides, guys, yesterday I also take a look at the Great British Pound, and Great British Pound shows very nice performance. So this follows our overall tendency to the downside. This weakens in the Great Britain Pound. So that for me makes pressure on the euro. So although market stands relatively tight to the confidence, shows upward action here, but I'm really not encouraging with taking any long position here, and I would more gravitating to bearish side, and I would watching for some clear bearish pattern that we could use with the minimal risk in trying carefully to take the short position in the not significant volume, maybe. So be able to trade it down. So for example, if we'll take a look at the follow time frame chart, what would we have yesterday? On the first news, when the news had been released in China, you can see this upward action, but it was very soon turned in the opposite direction. Our regardless triple to sell is still valid because this stop stands below this one, and market has formed a kind of the bearish engulfing. What we could watch here, guys, I see kind of the maybe not quite rounding in top, but something of that sort. So you could see on the hourly chart what we have great bearish divergence with the MACD. Don't forget that market stands at the confidence resistance. We have the shooting star on the daily. Our bearish grabber is still valid, and here we have fast bearish engulfing pattern. Personally, I think that we could. I will watching for a kind of the godless triple to sell some ABCD pattern here up to forming another spike, but with this from this side. Actually, guys, I'm watching for a kind of the roof pattern or something of that sort. So it's kind of the rounding top action. So if we will see this kind of action, that will be good support of the idea that market could drop lower. Maybe it will not be major continuation of the downward action, but still this will be kind of the short-term tactical reversal on the chart. And if we indeed will get a kind of the ABCD action somewhere to 1250, 1255 area, it's forming another spike of this kind, but from this one side. So if we will get some reflection, the harmony between the left and right side, that will provide us opportunity to take the position where a very tight stop. So we could place stops either above this top or even above the top of the grabber here, above the weekly pivot resistance one here. So it will be not more than the 50 pips on the EUR, and that will be not bad setup that we could keep an eye on. But currently, in this moment, personally, I do not want to take the long position. So maybe I'm wrong, but I do not see really good setups, good background, good patterns that we could take into consideration. What patterns we could use for taking the long position here. So, well, that's just my view. If we will not get any clearest action or this harmony will be broken, market will start running close to the top, of course, we should not take any shorts. So this is necessary conditions. So we need to see harmonic action. It would be better if we will get kind of the ABCD. Spike should be somewhere around 1250, 1255 area compared to this one. In this case, and action should be gradual. And in this case, yes, it is possible. Deep retracement should happen just because, guys, take a look here. Market has formed reversal swing. So you can see that drop here is greater than the previous swing up. And in these circumstances, usually market shows the deeper retracement. So I think that 618 or even slightly higher, this market could reach. So that's all that I see currently on the euro. Personally, for me, currently, the Great British Pound is more interesting for trading. By all reasons and that we have discussed in multiple weekly reports on the Great British Pound, and the moment that we do not prepare in recent weeks weekly reports doesn't mean that we do not keep an eye on the Great British Pound and we abandon and do not follow our long-term trading plan. Absolutely not. Because if you'll take a look, I will give you the hint. If you'll take a look at the weekly pound chart, you will get the weekly grabber that suggests significant drop below 128 area. So that's very attractive setup. So now let's keep an eye on the euro. What we'll get also, guys, just final moment. Today we will have a lot of statistics from the euro. This is the production. This is the sentiment. So be careful. It should be approximately within a couple of hours. So let's see how the situation will turn.